Good morning, you guys. I'm gonna wait and start letting people come and start getting the notifications. I came on just a little early, just a little. Just a little early. Okay, I'm starting to see people. I see Crystal Hardaway, Clarinetta, Yolanda, Kawana, Tam08. You guys make sure you hit the like button. Joy Loves God. Tierney, Carla. Did I say Tierney? You guys doing okay this morning? Yeah, I've been up since 5. And I woke up at 5 o'clock. And I was like, I'm up at 5 o'clock. God must be wanting me to pray about something. So then I did a little meditating, and then I made the mistake of logging onto Instagram. You know, I know how to scroll on Instagram, but I don't even post on Instagram because I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't even know how to really accept a whole lot of friendships on Instagram. And hey, Larry, Miss Rita, and then I looked at the news, y'all. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, there's been a demonic force that has been released into the atmosphere in Memphis, and it's been like that for a while now, like a demonic spirit that's in the atmosphere, because these people have gone stone crazy. And I think I said a long time ago, I'm glad that Steve Mulroy sees it when they started breaking into like all of these beauty supply stores and stuff like that it was he's saying that he thinks that it's organized. I said that a long time ago. I said it's some insurance fraud going on. I believe it's, just like with all of, I can never find my phone. I always lose them. Like with all of these car thefts and stuff, these young boys are getting these key fobs. That's organized. They're getting it from the car dealerships and stuff. But I'm gonna give some more people the opportunity to come in. When my phone rings, I got too many phones. Y'all hit the like button. The like button. Oh, here it is, right here. Oh, snap. Hold on, let me let him know. Okay, you guys. Okay, I wanted to talk about the overnight. I always have something going on. The overnight murder and mayhem in Memphis, of course, it's nothing new now. Anybody that has been paying close attention to what's been going on in Memphis and stuff, it's absolutely nothing new. Um, with all of this craziness that has been going on. And like I said, I'm happy that district attorney with all of, like, we've never seen anything like this before, where people are taking big trucks and hitting buildings and knocking the walls out and stealing everything. And hey, I'm a business owner, so I know about having business insurance and stuff. When I started to see it happening so often, because if somebody hitting your building, your alarm and stuff's supposed to go off. Okay. So if your alarm and stuff is going off, they should not be able to knock out a building, knock out a brick wall, because it's going to take a minute to take a truck and start banging it into a brick wall, okay, without the alarm going off. They have cameras all the way around their facility. So I already know, like, if somebody right now, with me being at home, if someone walks up to my office door, I am going to get a notification, and I'm going to be able to look at exactly whoever it is that's at my door. They got the same things, right? Okay. So just if they stand in front of my door, I'm going to get a notification. So if they're banging the building, if the motion detector on the camera is going to go off, it's going to let them know when somebody's in close proximity of, to the building. So my thing is, they see it. So the alarm company is going to call the police. The owner of the building is supposed to call the police. So why aren't the police getting there in time? It's like I said, for um it's taking time for them to knock out the brick, to keep banging on a wall, right, with a truck, and knock out the back of the building, the brick, and the bash it in, you know. And it's taking the police forever to get there. So hey, I said that I think it's some insurance fraud going on, but I think my mind has kind of widened now. When they say the police are not getting there in time, they believe that some of these people that own some of these shops are paying some of the patrolmen off not to make the calls. Now, get there on time. Now, let me just say this. The dispatcher actually dispatched the calls, right? So are they paying some, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess it's easy for an officer to say that, that they're tied up on another situation. I don't know. I think it's worth looking into. But I definitely believe that there's some insurance fraud going on. Ain't nobody that lucky. I mean, unlucky, right? I don't believe criminals are that lucky either, where they could just consistently have a run without any help. Now they are out of control, right? They are. When they're on drugs, they don't care. Hey, they got to get that hit by any means necessary. Because here's the thing, and maybe it's just me. When I heard they was going all up into the weaves, they was banging out the walls and going all up into the beauty supply store, getting all the weave and stuff out. I was like, y'all, it's because in the Memphis area, and even in the Mississippi area now, there are a lot of different beauty supply stores, and they're all in close proximity. Right. So I don't really know. And people don't have money like they used to. So I don't really know how much money they're making. The business has the potential to make a lot of money. It makes a lot of money. They stand to make a lot. This income tax time coming up. The girls are going to the, beauty supply store and spend all their income tax money on that cheap weave at the beauty supply store. But I tend to think that it's more organized too, right? Get down, Riley. Get down. I tend to think that it is more organized too, right? where definitely insurance fraud is being committed, right? Because people are taking losses because there's really no money out there. And so, hey, they're paying dumb criminals. I always believed it, to break into their place. And just like with the cars, why would some of these young boys have an interest in stealing these cars? I had never seen anything like it before, when they was walking up onto the car lots, and stealing cars. They had gotten so bad, they was waiting for, y'all know, when those cars be up on that little thing, when they be bringing shipments in, they have all of those cars up on that silver thing on the truck when they're taking them to the car lots and stuff. How in the world did those young boys, these young car thieves, know when a shipment was coming in? They was hijacking. They was I don't know how they was doing it, because I mean, it seemed organized, because at some point they had started getting cars from them. They started holding them up and hijacking cars and taking them from them and stuff. So yeah, that has been very, very organized, because it's not easy to just go on into a car lot, especially a reputable car lot, and steal a car. You know what I mean? And they said, well, they got these key fobs. How do they know which key fob is going to work with which car? And they're able to just drive off of a car lot. And so, what I do know about car lots is that, the reasons why they try and get you to get the car that you don't want, it's because the dealership pushes them to sell those cars that they've had for a long time that they can't sell, right? So they'll tell you, well, you can't get the car you want, but we can approve you for this. Now you're going to give me what I want, or else I'll go to another car lot. But most people don't know that. Now you can't get approved for this, but we can approve you for that. Because after a car has been on a dealership for a year and it is not sold, the laws are, they start taxing them every day that car is on, sitting on that dealership's lot. Every day they get taxed a fee that it is not sold. So that is the reason why they're always trying to push you to buy the older cars and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know that if your credit approve you for one thing, it'll approve you for what you want. Right. And so I believe, because people are not really buying cars like that because they too high. So what they're doing is, they got these car thieves. They're working in an organization. They got some type of organized situation going on. They got these car thieves. They've told them what to do, and they're coming onto those lots, stealing those cars. So now the car has been stolen. I can file insurance on it. Okay, I can file my insurance. It's stolen. I ain't got to be taxed every day because I can't sell it. And then it could be a write-off, and then I can get the insurance money for it. It is definitely a organized situation going on, right? Right. And the insurance keep going up. So what are they gonna do about it? What are they gonna do about it? I was looking at, I want to show, like, it was like three situations that happened last night. I think it's so sad, because I was looking at CEO Jizzle. I was scrolling down Instagram, and I followed him on Instagram, and I saw where he said that his own blood brother, who is related to him, that they have the same father, he was shot. Okay. And I don't, I think it was one of those, that situation that happened with, I'm getting ready to show you guys. His brother was involved in that multi-shooting situation that happened in hold on, East Memphis. I think it's this situation right here, guys. Let me show you. Hey, rest in peace, young doll. So he ended up dying. Oh my God, I hate that so bad. Their commercials take too long. I know when I looked at his Instagram post, he was telling him to fight. I didn't know he passed. So rest in peace to him. He looked like he was very young.
5 people were shot overnight. Quinita Wilborn joining us live from Riverdale and Birch with more details. Earlier, it was a very active scene. What's the latest out that way?
Well, Zanetta, the scene has cleared, but we are still getting updates. In fact, I just received an update from Memphis police, and they're telling us that this was a targeted attack. According to Memphis police, the victims knew the shooter or shooters. Memphis police, they're still trying to determine who exactly is responsible for this shooting that left 5 people injured. In this case, 2 people killed, 3 people injured, therefore 5 people shot. So here's a breakdown of what we do know. This shooting happened shortly after midnight. We know officers arrived. They found 5 gunshot victims, 5 males. 1 was pronounced deceased on the scene. 4 were rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and one of those 4 men died at the hospital. So we have 3 now that are in critical condition at the hospital, 2 dead. Very active scene throughout the night. In fact, family members or friends of some of the victims were on the scene looking for answers. Now, we want to kind of paint a picture of this area. So right now we're standing right outside of the Miracle Car Wash. This is on Riverdale, but the sun's starting to come up. So we're getting a better picture and better view of the neighborhood. And we're seeing that right behind this car wash, it appears there may be some apartments or some houses, and just maybe a block down, there's houses as well. So you have families who live in this community, people who live right up the street. We've seen cars who are possibly blocked from going home due to the investigation overnight. They're finally heading into their neighborhood. So we're in a residential area. So this could have been way worse. Already very tragic scene as it is. 5 people injured, but that's just painting a picture of the scene. Now, when we first got here, we saw officers really focused on a vehicle that was sitting at the car wash. It had its lights flashing, and from our photographer, who was one of the first on the scene to get a view of that vehicle, he said it was absolutely riddled with bullet holes. Again, Memphis police say this was a targeted attack. They are saying that the victims knew the shooter, and now they are asking the public to please provide any details to the whereabouts of those suspects or of that suspect, and to give them a call. You can contact Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. Again, this is an ongoing investigation. Police are really reaching out to the public this morning. If you know anything or saw anything, they're asking that you give them a call. Reporting live, Quinita Wilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
Wow. That's absolutely just sad. Like I said, I did see CEO Jizzle. One of them was his little brother. That was unfortunately I'm hearing that he's, because when I was looking at it on Instagram this morning, I woke up at 5. He was saying that he was praying for his brother to pull through. But rest in peace. Young Dog says he has since succumbed to his injury. So I hate that for all of them, even the ones that are still fighting. I pray for them to pull through and pray for their families. I hate that. I don't understand why. They're saying they knew their evident, because that car wash, even in the daytime, that's over there by where Lorenzen Wright, when they had those woods, that's over there in that area. It's real spooky because that car wash sits back kind of far back. It's spooky. Even in the daytime, I wouldn't stop at that car wash. And I used to live on Riverdale. I lived over there, and it was once a very beautiful area. Like when I lived over there, it was nice. But right after I moved, it started going down. I guess I got out in time, but it was just really a nice. And believe it or not, still there are still some, because they're still trying to build. They've torn those woods down, cut those trees down. That's directly across from where Cheryl Wright and them had killed Lorenzen Wright at. And they've since started cutting those trees and stuff down. But it has gotten very, very bad over there. It has. It's sad though. I hate that. And I'm hearing some more stuff happen. Like it was just really, really bad. But it always is, I guess he says that One was pronounced DOA on the scene. Memphis says he was 21 years old. His identity has yet to be released. The other 4 men were taken to Regional 1 in critical condition, where one later succumbed to his injuries. He has been identified as Lamarius Johnson. I wonder if this is Jizzle's brother right here. I wonder if Lamarius is his brother. Let me see if this is his brother. Um, yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's his brother. Yeah, that's his brother because he's got him on his page. I had to go look at him. So that is CEO Jizzle's brother right there. That was okay. So that's him, Lamarius. It says Johnson was the father of a 2-year-old boy and a 2-week-old little girl. Oh wow. He favors Jizzle. They got the same eyes. That baby right there looks like Jizzle too, don't it? His little baby looks a lot like CEO Jizzle, but I guess he's looking like his dad. But he looks like Jizzle. That baby does. It says 2 of the men left in the hospital are 20 years old, and the other is 19. Wow. I hate that. I hate that so bad. And they're saying that they knew who. I'm sure they knew who it was. But I think at this time, these young men are gonna have to understand you can't be at the car wash late. People now are demonic. They out looking for humans to kill. Okay, it's like a purging going on. Like I said, and people think that that's normal. Well, they were lacking. No, they was out looking for a human being to kill. Y'all need to tell these folks if you got their ear that they wrong. It ain't nothing right about that. But people glamorizing that. That's sick to me. But I hate that happened to the young men, but at this point in time, you can't be in certain places at certain times because, like I said, there's a demonic spirit that has been released into the atmosphere. Definitely have to be aware, especially with these machinery type weapons and stuff that they got. Definitely have to be aware of your surroundings. And I would say to any woman, if you feel like something is not right, if you feel like something is off, call the police anyways. It's better to be safe than sorry, even if it's not anything. And definitely keep your weapon. If you can help it, keep 2. Okay, keep 2 and keep them in places where. Okay, hold on for a minute. Okay, um, keep them in your car, and then when you get out your car, take them into the house with you. Right, take them into the house with you because a lot of people leave their weapons in their cars, and then people break in there and get them. Don't do that because people are just breaking into cars looking for anything. They looking for. I don't think that they can. I think a lot of these people back on crack too, so they can go buy some crack with some crumbs. They said keep 2 weapons and a fake cry. What's a fake cry, Cypress? I'm trying to get Roberta Queen out to the gun range, but she's scared. Yeah, ladies, go to the gun range. Go to the gun range. It's good to keep a shotgun in your house. I'm telling you, it's good to keep a shotgun in your house so that if it's more than one, you hear them coming in, you get into position, and before they even get through the door, you have a camera looking at them. You start firing that thing up, and I promise you that shotgun gonna hit all of them. it's gonna hit every one of them, and whoever left gonna run and leave their folks behind. You gotta protect yourself. You gotta fight back, since people don't want to control their kids, and folks trying to act like now they don't have any self-control because they think it's cool to do what they do. You're gonna have to lay them down, and that's just that. It's unfortunate, but that's what's gonna have to happen. John says these folks didn't raise their kids, just had them and fed them McDonald's and put them in front of SpongeBob. That's why they lost. That's so true. That's so true. That's exactly why they're lost. Right. Oh wow. So I hate that. It's some more stuff that went on. Of course, it's always quite a bit of stuff. Everything goes on in the lawless city. Okay. Everything goes on in the lawless city. Investigation underway after overnight shooting at UB's. It says one man is in critical condition following a overnight shooting at UB's restaurant on Highland. Yeah, this is absolutely.
Alfred, I'm coming in.
I know exactly where UB's is. So they done started going out there by the college.
Especially violent night across Memphis as multiple people are shot. We're approaching 6:30 on your Friday morning. Good morning to you, and thank you for waking up with us here on Daybreak. I'm Zanetta Lowe. Jarita is on assignment, and she's going to join us later on in the morning. In fact, in this half hour. But emergency room doctors at the Regional Medical Center had a very busy night, unfortunately, as patient after patient arrived with gunshot wounds. Around midnight, police responded to a shooting at UB's on South Highland in East Memphis. We're still waiting for police to provide details. We saw crime scene tape up outside the restaurant and a large police presence, including MPD's crime scene van. We've reached out to police for more details, and we will pass it along when we hear back.
Alfred, I'm coming in.
Y'all, it's a crying shame that they filled the emergency room up last night just with all of the stuff that was happening in Memphis. Hold on, they said a man. Hold on, here's another one. And I'm showing all this because I for a reason, because I got some stuff I wants to get off my chest.
Alfred, I'm coming in.
The third shooting in the Westwood community. A man was shot on Soapstone and died at the scene. A known male suspect fled the area. If you know anything about any of these shootings, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
They said a known male suspect, which means they know exactly who that person is. This is crazy. People killing folks that they done grew up with. It's crazy. People that they've grown up with. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe.
Dead and 4 people, including a Memphis police officer, are all in the hospital tonight after a police chase in Whitehaven. Hello, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. The crash ended at East Holmes and Fairleigh. Those who live there
Lord,
in that
that's
area
around the area
in a state of
my
shock tonight
family.
that this happened in their neighborhood. WREG's Jessica Knox is live to tell us how this all played out. Jessica, fill us in.
Stephanie, there is a lot of moving parts to this story, but Memphis police tell us this all started after a white Infiniti refused to stop for police. Neighbors say Holmes Road was blocked off for several hours.
This resident of the Whitehaven community wants to stay anonymous, but tells us they were just getting home when the incident took place.
It was just two paramedics trucks was out there. It was like two of them out there, like paramedics or fire trucks. It was one of them, you know. But that's what was out there when I came in. But it was quite a few police cars.
And crime scene tape. This family has lived in Whitehaven for more than 48 years and says what they saw was something they would have never imagined.
I didn't know what was going on when I came in. I'm like, and he was at the door, and I'm like, what is going on?
Memphis police tells us this started just before 4 p.m. when they noticed a white Infiniti with a broken rear passenger side window on Castelia and Pearson. Officers believed it was the same car with 3 males inside, was involved in an aggravated assault where shots were fired at officers on Wednesday night. Officers tried to stop the car, but the driver kept going. Officers followed the Infiniti into Whitehaven, where the suspect first crashed into a parked car on Holmes near Fairleigh, causing a parked vehicle to hit a pedestrian who died at the scene. The white Infiniti kept going until it finally crashed again, this time into a Memphis police car.
It's very sad, especially around the holidays, you know, loved ones, families, going through. I pray that everyone is okay. Officers and all. I hope it gets better out here. It's really rough now.
Now all suspects are in custody, but they are also in the hospital. One suspect is here at Regional 1 Hospital in critical condition. 2 suspects and a Memphis police officer are also in the hospital in non-critical condition. At this time, we are still working to see what charges will be filed. For now, reporting live, Jessica Knox, WRG News, Channel 3.
Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, a pedestrian was killed. But don't y'all know that people are wanting to blame the police because they're saying the police should not have chased them? Should have, even though they shot at the police and they were supposed to stop. They were supposed to comply. And then they turn around and shot at the police. The police go on a chase because they shot at them. They hit a pedestrian and they want to blame the police. Okay. It's a shame. Right. And so until the right people are held accountable, which are the criminals, it ain't gonna stop. You know, them police should just let them make it. Y'all, I don't even be having the energy at this point because it's really sickening what's going on in our community. Like it's sickening. Right. Well, you know, the white folks is doing this to us. Okay, the white people doing this. So the white man made you go break into Miss Lula's house and rob and kill her. The white man did that. Yeah, the white man made me do it. Y'all, even folks, because you know we was in slavery. Nigga, you 15. They don't even talk about slavery no more. And you don't know a damn thing about slavery because your mama don't make you go to school. You don't even go to school, so you don't know nothing about slavery because they've tried their best to suppress the history of it in the schools. And you don't go to school anyway. Your mom don't make you go, so you don't know nothing about slavery. Cause you know we were slaves. You ain't never been no damn slave. Ain't no white man made you break into nobody's house and act a damn fool. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like nobody wants to take accountability. And then you hear, yeah, because you know we black people says that's why my son like that, because he's a black man. Since the police want to kill him. Lady, your son shot at the police. Well, if the police had not chased him and then left him alone, that pedestrian wouldn't have died. Y'all, this is the mindset of our people. So the kids are not taking accountability for what go on, because when you talk to their mamas and stuff, that, you know, it's sad. And I don't mean no harm. y'all. But it's got to be a renewal of the mind in our community. Okay. Kids, these young kids know how to screw. And because they screwing, they getting babies. But a lot of them don't even know that it takes that when a man and a woman screw, a baby comes out. They don't even know how their mama had them because they ain't never in their life seen a man in their household. Got 7, 8 brothers and sisters, ain't never seen a daddy or a man. Okay. So when a little girl say, I'm pregnant, they get to hollering about it ain't my baby. I ain't getting nobody pregnant. He telling the truth. He don't believe it because he don't know that he don't know that when a man goes into a woman, that's what happens. Because he ain't never seen no man in his household. He don't know how his sisters and brothers got here. And that is what's going on in our community. It has to be a renewal of the mind. Okay. And I'm serious. It has to be a renewal of the mind within our communities. We can't uphold what's wrong. Police got to do their job. Nigga, that man shot you. You know who shot you. Why don't you tell him who shot you? I ain't no rat. Okay. Well, I mean, the police wasn't there. So if you're not going to help them and you was looking into the eyes of the person that tried to take you up out of here, what can the police do? The police won't do their job. They ain't the damn psychic. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of these men are promoting that with their sons and even the girls and stuff now. You know, you hear girls saying, I ain't no rat. Sexual assaults have gone up 100%. Okay, because of the privacy laws, they cannot talk about it. That means people are getting sicker and sicker because even, you know, when people commit crime, it takes a different type of twisted individual to sexually assault a woman. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. When police officers, there's a home invasion and you have a group of men that go into a home, because more likely it's going to be women and kids up in there. And they go up into that home, and for whatever reasons, oftentimes it's got something to do with drugs. And they go up into that home. They might do something to that man. They might beat him up or something. They'll ramshackle the house. But if it's women and kids in there and they don't touch them women and them little girls, the police will say, okay, now that's a seasoned criminal right there. It might be hard to catch him. It's probably got something to do with drugs. You might be looking at some type of almost type mob style type situation. Okay, maybe. But when they go up in there and they sexually assault them women, they catch them faster than you would ever know, because they already know it's somebody from around that area. It's somebody that has more than likely been in and out of the system for sexual assaults. It's a twisted individual, and they always get caught, because a real controlled seasoned type person. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Years ago, and I remember because I was pregnant with my first baby, and she's 25. Okay, and I was about 9 months pregnant, and I told y'all my cousins and them have always been out in the streets, always. And I can remember, you know, my auntie calling my grandmother, and all of us getting up. She was like, get up, you know, they've broken into, that was like the family's house. They broken into the house, and all the kids and stuff was there, right? And so they was looking for something, okay, because like I said, my cousins and them were heavy in the street. And so they said it was 3 of them, right? And it was one of them that saw my little cousin at the time was about 12 years old. And he decided they tied him up, because they act like that's when folks was kicking your door in, talking about it's the knocks. It's the knocks. You know, they kicked their door in, talking about they was the knocks. And for some reason, my male cousin he was knocked out sleep, but he said he knew because in the front room they had handcuffs. They handcuffed the women. He said, but when they stood over his bed and he opened his eyes and saw him, he tried to jump up and go for his gun because he already knew that they were not the police. So they immediately tried to eliminate the threat. I thank God that they did not kill him, right? But they were out in the streets. They decided, my little cousin, now all those women in the house, my little cousin was the youngest one. She was 12 years old. Okay. So it was 3 of them. They decided they want to take that one decided he want to take my 12-year-old cousin in to break off and take her into the bathroom. Right. Okay. So that got all the women in an uproar. And my auntie said that one of the guys who kicked the door in told him, nigga, we didn't come in here to mess with these women. Leave that little girl alone. Okay. That's the reason why now even when I think about that, because he had the whole family, shook up and stuff. It really did. And I don't know. I don't know. They were never arrested. I think they ended up finding out who one of them was, and he was never arrested. I don't know what happened with that, but my cousins and them said it was all well, but that's been 25 years ago, right? But anyways, I said that to say this. I hate I even brought that up because I think about how like emotional we was when that happened, because it was really bad. Like it was really bad. And because I think they had planned on they wanted to kidnap one of them and everything else. And one of my other cousins said that she was so happy that she didn't stop at the gas station, because when he turned the car on, the gas was so low in the car, he didn't even worry about it. It was really God was just good. And I tell you what ended up happening. One of the little boys, one of my little cousins that was in the house, he was 8 years old. He was by the door. They thought that they were not a threat. And he said that when one of them leave out of the den again, he said he was by the door. He said when he left out of the den again, he was going to get up and shoot out the door. And that's what he did. He got up and ran out the door, and they was looking for him, but they couldn't find him. He hid up under a car, and that's what made them leave, because they probably was planning on killing some of them. And that's what made them leave, because they didn't know if he had actually gotten into a house and the police was going to come. And that's actually what happened. I'm so glad that he did that. But I said that to say this, you have these you don't have, even though that was bad, you don't have, and they said it was the younger one that actually wanted to do something to my cousin, want to break off and take her into the restroom. She was the youngest one. She's like 11 or 12. But now you got these dudes breaking up into houses, these young dudes. And y'all, I never in my life seen anything like it before. When the lady is 90 years old, 80 years old, they beating the old women and sexually assaulting them. Sexual assaults have gone up 100%. And this is what I was going to say. You got girls now who call themselves want to be like the guys. Okay. I ain't no rat. Lady, they just assaulted you. They came in on your boyfriend and you was there. They did something. You ain't no rat. The police going to have to do their job. I ain't going to help them. Bitch, you just got raped. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. It ain't gonna change until the mindset change. Folks think that it is I guess what's the word that I'm looking for? A trend. It's trending to say I'm not a rat. It's supposed to be cool. We're gonna make the police do their job. Y'all, it ain't gonna get no better in our community. And that's the reason why these criminals doing what they do. That's absolutely right. Real crime robbers come for whatever they came for. They're not gonna mess with the women and the kids. And that's the reason why my auntie said, she said she just started quoting scriptures, saying the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. When they picked I remember my auntie, rest her soul, she gone on now. She was the matriarch of our family. And she said she just started saying the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. She started quoting scriptures. And she said she said a light skin, she just remember a light skin tall one pushed the dude and said, leave that little girl alone. We didn't come in here for that. Okay. But it's not gonna get no better until, okay, it's not gonna get no better until the mindset of our people change. It's not going to. For a long time, our family, I think about like my cousins, and I thought that they would have had like an epiphany. I was like, dog, they came up in here on my nephews and my nieces and my sisters and my mama and them. Hey, but I don't know. I love them. I do. I love them. But it's not going to get any better until the mindset of our people change. You don't have OGs anymore that's telling these young dudes that they wrong. They ain't trying to guide them right. They want them to be as bad as they can be because they want them to go and do their dirty work. Okay? That's true, John. I agree. There has to be a renewal of the mind. I'm going to tell y'all something else. They're putting a demonic school or something into Memphis, a demonic church or something like that. People don't even praise and worship God no more. I don't go to church because preacher is the devil. I don't believe in no God because the preacher is the devil. Well, you wrong from the very start because the preacher ain't God. You supposed to praise God. You supposed to put your faith in God and not in man, because the preacher is mere man. And you got so many people turning away from God. And I'm gonna tell you, when people start turning away from God, it ain't gonna be nothing. It can't be nothing but trouble. Because when you turn your back on God, the devil is able to take over. And that is exactly what is happening. Folks ain't picking up their Bible. Folks ain't praising God. They ain't got no conscience about nothing. They ain't got no conscience about nothing. They doing anything. They have made money their God, and then get on their social medias and brag about it. Man, money, my God. And that's the reason why God is saying, well, if money is going to be your God, hey, you got free will. He ain't protecting none of them. Because when it's all said and done, it's God that has dominion over man. But how he going to protect you when you don't even trust him? You don't even believe in God. You curse God. What the Bible say? Job's wife told him to curse God because she knew he would surely die. Just curse God and die. And that's what a lot of these folks is doing, and that's why they dying. They cursing God. You ain't no God. F God, I'm God. And they getting slaughtered out in the street like pigs and hogs and dogs. That's what's happening. Because a lot of these cities are becoming godless. Okay? And lawless. So what do we expect? But y'all, there has to be a renewal of the mind in our community. We as Black people, we've always been religious people. We have. Well, you know, they are taught the slaves. It's still a damn God, you stupid mother sucker. Well, you know that's the slave, because you know that's the slave stuff. Motherfucker, it's still a God. How you think your ugly ass got here? It's a damn shame you have to be hard with people. They done got so stupid. You ain't no God. I'm God. You got stupid niggas that wouldn't even know they had a damn nose on their face if it wasn't sitting between their eyes where they could glance at it. It ain't no God. I'm a God. You ain't even got the damn sense that God gave you. And I'm the God. Okay? A damn fool. God always said we were in the image of him, and we are. So we could be many gods, because even the Bible says that we are in the image of God. Okay, which is the reason why I say, y'all, we, you know, and include myself, because I have issues myself. I have forgiveness issues. I have a good heart, but I have forgiveness issues. And when I say that we're in the image of God, that's the reason why God says where 2 or 3 come together, I will be in the midst. And we could truly get some things done. We could truly get some stuff moving if we actually did what we were supposed to do as a mini God, being in the image of God, because we're spiritual beings. That's the reason why you can go to sleep and dream something. Your intuition ain't nothing. I'm just intuitive. You know, that's just our intuition. No, that's the Holy Spirit that comes from God that is quickening your spirit, because we're in the image of God, to let you know something ain't right. The vibration, when you can feel that something ain't right, that comes from us being in the image of God. Okay? But we let other people give it where, you know, I just don't know what it is. I had be just thinking that it ain't nothing, but it's just because you are in the image of God, you know, and when you're truly in tune to who the God, the Spirit, the Creator, he'll show you some things. You're able to feel things. You're able to know. Now, I ain't gonna walk through that door because I just don't feel right. I ain't even seen what's on the other side of it. But because God will quicken your spirit, that your vibration starts to be out. That's the Holy Spirit right there. The omnipresence. Okay, that's the Creator. But everybody too stupid. You know, everybody ain't stupid, but people are just becoming so every other person is thrown off now. Ain't nobody in tune to nothing other than money is my God. They made money and sex a God. That's what they've done. They've made money and sex a God. They made sex such a God that they, you know, men and women have become lovers of themselves. Okay, where they screwing each other. Okay, and it speaks about that in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, and that's what is happening. And you have evil entities, okay, that is putting that into the atmosphere, and everybody enjoying it. Okay, it ain't nothing changed. We seeing things that are happening again. It's just modern day that was happening in the Bible days, and God whooped their asses cat raggedy and set cities and shit on fire back then when Sodom and Gomorrah was going on, and he gonna do it again because it's way worse now. Well, you know, every other show, I don't even like looking at TV no more. Well, you know, I'm not attracted to a man or a woman. I'm attracted to, they call it something, intelligence. I'm not an asexual, but they have new words and stuff for it now. Okay, so I don't feel nothing because I don't have nothing against nobody when folks ask me. So what are you like? Are you into? I'm heterosexual. I like some man. Whatever you call it, want to get up in the bed with a man. That's what I am. Where have you? Hell no, motherfucker. Whatever it is, what I don't care what they call it. Whatever it is that they call it, that I likes to screw a man. That's what I am, and that's all it's gonna be. I don't care what you think. Okay? Because now people are too sick. Well, you know, if you, and then they try to make you feel guilty. Well, you don't like gay people, sis. You don't like, you shallow. You judgmental. Fuck you. I like men. Respect that. Because I believe God made woman for man, and I ain't hating on nobody. I ain't hating nobody. That's just what I believe. It's too much perversion. You know, I often get sad because I don't do it as much as I used to anymore, but because I got so drained, you know. But I used to do a whole lot of human trafficking cases and a lot of missing persons cases. And I got real drained because the families will be pulling on me so much because, you know, hey, their cases were, you know, it was just sad. Okay. And I still get sad because I'm like, God, it's just like children just ain't getting a break. They just can't catch a break. They are not even allowed to be kids anymore. They're not. You got grown men looking at little girls wanting to have sex with them. Y'all, what is going on? Well, you know, is she got a shape. She 15, she got a shape. Nigga, you 25, you know damn well you ain't supposed to be in bed with no 15-year-old girl. And it's a darn shame that I was looking at this documentary that they was doing, that a lot of rich businessmen have started going to like these poor countries over in like Asia and over in Africa and stuff, because they can have sex with the real, you know, young people. Okay. And I said, it's a shame that kids are not even allowed to be kids. They can't play in the yard. They can't do anything without a sicko looking at them as they were supposed to look at a woman. I have issues with men dating girls in their 20s and they're in their 40s and 50s. Ain't none of girl in her early 20s, because I got children in their 20s, in their early to mid 20s. My oldest is 25. My youngest is 22. And I'm gonna act a damn fool if a 45-year-old man come up in here, because that's my age. It ain't somebody her daddy age. I'm ashamed the nigga, and I'm gonna talk bad to him, and I'm gonna call him all types of freaks. Motherfucker, get you somebody your own age, bitch. That's what I'm gonna say to him. And then I'm gonna be ready to pop that thing on him if he try to raise up and hit me, because that's my child. But it just goes to show, like, I have issues when folks about, well, you know, what's the difference in a 17 and an 18-year-old? Nothing but a number. She still got the same mindset that she had when she was 17. She was 17 one day, her birthday came the next day, and she turned 18. Ain't nothing changed. But you got 50-year-old men thinking it's okay to be laying with 18-year-old girls. And don't nobody see nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, people don't have any morals. They don't have any respect. They ain't got no stop about nothing that they do. Anything goes. And when anything goes, y'all, it ain't gonna be nothing but trouble. And I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be nothing but trouble. Okay. I wanted to because I gotta get off here because I gotta run. I thought I was gonna be able to stay at home today and do some stuff, but I gotta get out and go do I gotta get out and go do something for a few hours. But the mayor has decided to keep CJ Davis. Okay. And I said, I was like, I felt like he was going to keep her, right? He has decided to he has said that he was going to reappoint her. Now, the only reason why I say, hey, I'm just gonna wait and see what happens is because Paul has a completely different administration. And we already know this will be the time for CJ to show if she's strong or not, because we already know she wasn't running nothing when Jim Strickland was there. Jim Strickland ran it. So we're going to see if Paul is going to let her run it. And if nothing changes, because, hey, Paul says that, he's going to let her run the police department. So if he's going to give her free will to run it and don't nothing change, that means she really she ain't a good fit. Okay, because people have blamed a lot on her when the truth of the matter is she was never running the police department. The mayor was running it and allowing her to take all the blame. Y'all, that's how it goes. So I'm not surprised about he's going to keep her, but I wanted to see how things are going to be, because saturating the streets with more police officers ain't going to change nothing. The laws got to change, because what the police do is the police only enforce the laws. They're not lawmakers. They can only do what they can do according to the laws that are on the books, right? So if the laws on the books are jacked up, it ain't gonna be much they can do. I think people put their focus on the wrong thing. And who they should be focusing on is the lawmakers, like the Congress, the senators, and people like that, right? Folks that are secretly changing laws and making them less stringent so that there can be crime that's out of control, right? So it's going to be interesting, because crime is already out of control in Memphis, and I'm waiting to see if anything is going to change. If things stay the same, CJ got to go. CJ got to go. Right? Hey, but I just get a feeling that I don't know, my gut tells me ain't nothing going to change. That's what my gut tells me. But and if nothing changes, then it's going to get real bad. It is. It's already bad. It's going to get worse. Right? But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out. We'll know the first 6 months. We'll know the first 6 months of next year, right? Because it shouldn't even take it don't take time to change stuff. But like I said, if people are not pushing for laws to be changed, ain't nothing gonna change. Because you see the folks shooting at the police. Now, when the police start shooting back, they probably got better targets. So they're gonna hit their man, because they got a right to fire back. Folks gonna be routing the police, killing all black folks. Well, they shot at him. Well, police supposed to have self-control. My son, just because my son acting a fool don't mean police supposed to have shot him back. He should just ignored it. Y'all, our people it's a lot of mental illness going on too. Okay. That's right. It's a revolving door original. It's a lot of mental illness going on too. I think with all of the mental illness that's going on, I'm talking about as a whole, right? I don't think that the crazy house can even hold all of the mental illness that's going on. That's the reason why I say that's some type of organized situation. I ain't never in my life seen so many crazy people. That's the reason why when I was off YouTube, I was just uploading stuff. I had to get my thoughts and stuff back right, because when you're dealing with a bunch of, my dad used to always tell me, never argue with a crazy person, because it's easy for folks to try and run you crazy. They want you to be crazy like them. Okay? But my dad used to always say, never argue with a ignorant person, a crazy person, okay? Because they will bait you into an argument, which means they want you to jump down off of your high horse and jump in the slop with them and throw slop, okay? because they're a bunch of damn pigs, and they'll beat you with years of experience. Some people don't have, like I said, they came out of the sewer. Most people that's got something to lose, even if they ain't even hardly got everything that they want, some people just don't go down that low. They'll say, I just can't go in the sewer. You can have it. Hey, I can't go there. I can't go that low. You go on with your life, because they don't have that type of mentality. They ain't got no first floor mentality. Okay. Some people go all the way down past the basement back to the sewer. You can't function like that. They used to being in shit and stanking and swimming in the sewage and all of that. You go, I can't get in that. That's not how I rock. But they want you into their environment. They want to pull you in their environment because they eat shit for dinner. Okay? So that's the reason why I said I've never seen, okay, so much mental illness. And I think a lot of this mental illness came from when, you know, they started luring these African American single mothers into getting a check for their child and their kids. They weren't crazy. Most Black boys are smart. You know, it blew my mind. I got to say this. It blew my mind. I know people be saying, but she be talking about her folks. I love Black people. I'm just in a shock at where we are. But most Black boys are really smart, right? I always had issues in algebra. Like, I was good with my timetables, which is weird. I'm better with timetables than I am addition and subtraction. I don't know if that's goof or what, but most Black boys, I saw it in school. They would miss class, cut class, make F's and everything else, but they would ace that algebra, pre-calculus and stuff like that. And so later on, I learned that math was created in Africa. So it's naturally in our DNA, especially, you know, a lot of Black men, right? Even if they can't read, they can count real good, right? And so I just moved from Indiana to North Carolina. Who is CJ? She is CJ Davis is the police chief. And she used to be the police chief in North Carolina. Okay. So they had the parents put in their children on that Ritalin. You don't even hear them talk about Ritalin and stuff anymore, right? And so what happened was the Ritalin was eating at the mercury. I mean, if the Ritalin had so much mercury in it, it was eating at their brain cells, right? And I think that's what Minister Farrakhan, that's when they started blackballing him, because RFK, which was John Kennedy's nephew, RFK Jr., had worked for the Center for Disease Control. And he saw what was going on. And this Ritalin was made to destroy Black men, right? And so he, you know, started trying to spread the awareness in the Black community. But because so many African American preachers and stuff like that, I'm talking about these big churches, have sold out, they wouldn't even let the man come into the church and spread awareness that was going to help the Black community, right? This was like years ago, like some years back, a lot of years back, around the time that Ritalin stuff came out, right? And so so they lured Black women in and told them, you know, you can get a $500 check per child. And all you got to do is have him to play crazy, and he got to take this medicine. And you knew it was something, because they would test their blood to make sure that they was taking the medicine. And so you had every other mama telling their kid, go to school, act real bad. They didn't know what they were doing to their children. They were impoverished. All they know is, I got 5 kids and I'm going to get 5 different $500 checks. So by the time the child is 18 years old, they've been taking their medicine. Now you dealing with a damn fool for real. And that's what's going on right now. That's the reason why when you look at a lot of them, they ain't got nothing in their eyes, because that medicine has mess their brain up. So by the time they turn 18, mama ain't got to see, she can't get the check no more. So she ain't seeing to them getting the medicine. So now you got a damn fool out there. And that's what's going on. A lot of this stuff was engineered, but we got to do better in our own damn community. That's the reason why I say it ain't going to get no better until we change our damn mindset. Okay? It ain't going to get no better. But anyways, you guys, we're going to see what CJ Davis is going to do. I can't be on here long because I got to get out. I got to run. Because I got to go do something. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Was trying to stop them to keep the segregation and racism going in the U.S. Well, you know what? I keep telling people that Dr. King didn't die because he had a dream. He died because he woke up. Okay. And he woke up. When he woke up, he saw what they were doing. And they had decided when, you know, they was trying to get rid of segregation. Hell, it was probably better. I don't mean no harm. They decided, you know what? Ain't nothing gonna change. But, you know, the black folks' dollars spend just like anybody else's dollar. We'll let them walk in through the front to spend their money, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna help to make us richer. Because back then, black people, they had more businesses, like sewing businesses and stuff like that. And in the 20s, that's when you had the Black Wall Street. In 1920s, black people were rich because they had to patronize each other, right? And so the white people I guess they got smart, and Dr. King understood that and said, okay, well, we'll overthrow the laws as far as segregation. White kids and black kids can sit in the same classroom together. But guess what? Our mindset ain't gonna change. We still gonna do some of the same things. We just gonna let them walk in through the front so we can spend their money and that's gonna help to create more generational wealth. And that's the reason why Dr. King, in one of his last speeches, interviews, he said, I have led my people into a burning house, because he had an epiphany. But they don't want black people to know that, right? That's the reason why they always showing that I have a dream speech. One day I have a dream, you know, and hey, you know, I want all people to get along. I think we all should. We're all equal. But I don't want to get along with nobody that think that they're better than me. Okay. Right. The mindset hadn't changed. But then, I mean, with the way things going now, you got a bunch of damn fools running around. You can't blame the folks for not wanting to be around us. Look at what is going on. Right. We don't even want to be around us. That's why I say there has to be a change of mindset in our community. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I got to get off because I got to run. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe because I'm running late. The person, I hate for somebody to text me at the last minute, but I got to go do it. I'm stopping. I'm gonna go have some lunch. Okay. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Be safe out there. I'll talk with you later.